What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here, and today it is Eagles bye week. I can't remember a boringer Sunday in my life. My fantasy team in my big money league, I was just depressed, man. All my guys were underperforming. I got Todd Gurley, he was doing shit all. Started Travis Benjamin, I was expecting the big week against the Saints. He did absolutely nothing. Jordan Reed went off, but then I was like, man, I'm down by 70. And then I'm commentating this or recording this at the end of the first quarter between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs, the Monday night game. And I doubled up on Big Ben and AB. So, I've made, almost 40 points in one quarter of game. Antonio Brown's with the punt return. Just go down. But the content of the video is talking about the Eagles defense. I want to try to make an Eagles video. It is a bye week, so the content is limited, and I want to have at least one more day where I don't have to start thinking towards the Detroit Lions, which the Lions lost to the Bears, and they were getting handled by the Bears, and we destroyed the Bears. So I think, our optimism going into the game against Detroit, it is an away game, and anytime you have a rookie quarterback on the road, even though he looked great in Chicago, it's always risky. That's definitely not a gimme game by any means, especially with beasts like Marvin Jones and Matt Stafford can play very well. But I think we should we should go into that game as thinking that we should win that game. But the point about this video is about the Eagles defense, because I'm watching this game right now. It's 22-0, and it's still the first quarter. And the Kansas City Chiefs, I would say they're regarded as a consensus top 10 defense. You got Marcus Peters, so everyone knows I'm a big fan of Marcus Peters. He's a high risk, I would actually say medium risk, high reward play. He does get burnt occasionally, but I mean, the interceptions, the turnovers, his production on defense is so great. I think you can kind of give him a little bit of leeway there. But regardless, their front seven's very good. I know they don't have Justin Houston, but they still got Tom Lee. You still got Dontari Poe. You still got Derek Johnson, who's a great player. And like I said, in that secondary, you got Marcus Peters, you got Eric Berry. So, there's playmakers all over the place. And Kansas City is regarded as a top defense. Whereas Philly, outside of Philadelphia Eagle fans and probably Bears, Browns, and Steeler fans who know now what we're all about, Philly's still super underrated. But if you take a top 10 defense like Kansas City and they're getting beat, like fucking pounded like a goddamn drum right now, where does that really rank Philly? I know statistically speaking, it's still through 3 games right now. And we played the Browns and the Bears. But our defense is playing. We didn't expose the Steelers. They are just that good. I'm sick and tired of people saying that the Steelers had a bad game. Why couldn't it be Philadelphia's defense is actually that good? They're proving right now that they're still an elite defense. So, you're always going to have the people that you're going to have the side that say they were off that day. And then you're going to have the side like myself that's trying to convey the point that maybe it was the Eagles defense. Which, let's look at the stats. Rodney McLeod, 14 tackles. Jalen Mills, 7th round pick, 14 tackles. Rodney McLeod, you got 2 interceptions off him. You got 1 sack, Malcolm Jenkins, 4 pass deflections. Fletcher Cox, 3 sacks. Brandon Graham, 3 sacks. What do we got here? How many forced fumbles we got there? Forced fumbles for both Graham and Cox. You got a sack from Barwin, a sack from Benny. This defense is playing at a very high levels. Interception, Nigel Brown at the linebacker position. But those names, if you're not an Eagles fan, those names aren't jumping off the board. You're like, wow, those guys are good. Rodney McLeod probably doesn't know. A lot of people don't know who he is. Jalen Mills, who realistically the only 2 guys on this defense, I'd say only one is maybe Malcolm Jenkins, and even then, he's not a household name. He was known as an outcast from the Saints. Fletcher Cox is starting to get a little bit more recognition, but let's see, Jenkins, Mills, McLeod, Cox, Bradham, Graham, Hicks, Kendricks, Tulloch, Barwin, Benny Logan, all these, even Vinny Curry, he's been a little bit banged up, but hopefully this bye week helped him heal up. We have a no-name defense. We need to accept what it is, and we have a no-name defense, and we're getting extremely high levels of production from this defense, which, this is more of kind of a gloating video, but it's also, I'm going to pose a question to you that it's my worry right now, is do you think if the defense continues to play at nearly as high of a level as it's playing right now, that Jim Schwartz will leave us next year? See, that is my biggest concern, because this is, the 4-3 switch, that could have helped a little bit, but this is relatively the same defense that we had last year, and we're getting, it's not that hard to outplay and outcoach Billy Davis, but, how much is it of this is, you have the defenses on the field less, you have a couple different, like the scheme change, but how much of this production is because of Jim Schwartz, and how is this production going to make Jim Schwartz attractive for a potential head coaching gig? So, that's pretty much it's going deep. Oh, fuck. I'm watching the game as I'm recording this. I mean, I don't know. I'm worried. I think we should fucking say screw it. Jim Schwartz, give him a promotion to make him the assistant head coach and make him the highest paid DC in the league. I could see a guy like Jim Schwartz who, he didn't get no offers last year. He decided not to coach last year. I think he had a front office job with the NFL. But, maybe he doesn't want to be a head coach again. We all know what happened in Detroit. I don't think that was all his fault. But, we should hope, I guess that's our really only hope, that he does not want to take on a head coaching job. Maybe an assistant head coaching job, give him a little bit more leeway. And I think that's excellent. He's a phenomenal contrast to the kind of coach, AB with the catch, to the kind of coach that Doug Peterson is. When you got, the calm, cool collectedness of Doug Peterson, then you get the fireness of Jim Schwartz. Jim Schwartz was swearing at the final press conference before the game against Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the kind of fire we want to see in a coach on the Philadelphia Eagles. But, like I said, man, with great success comes great downside, potentially, in the world of NFL when it comes to head coaches. That's why when teams go to the Super Bowl, it's so tough for them to repeat because their coaching staff gets pillages. And like I said, I'm not going to say the Eagles are going to follow the path of my connected franchise mode and make the Super Bowl. But, this drastic of a change is surely going to raise some eyebrows around the NFL world. And I think, I think potentially we need to be prepared to, accept and just take it for the ride that it may be. Only 1 year with Jim Schwartz, the first good DC we have had since the late great Jim Johnson, rest in peace. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. This is just a little bit of Eagles video on Sunday night. So, fingers crossed as I'm recording this. Hopefully, Big Ben and AB can continue to go off, and Le'Veon Bell can have a bad game. That'd be phenomenal. And I'll catch you guys for a video tomorrow. Till next time, it's your boy C4 saying like, subscribe, and peace out.